So, how's it going? I'm back for another refresher video on solving equations that look like this. Now, this will be the only video that I shall do this particular refresher on. There's no examples to follow like usual, so just wanted to let you know that ahead of time so you can pay extra close attention. And if you want to pause the video after I do the first problem, then pause it and then work on the second problem, come back and see if we agree. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at this first problem. So here's the deal. We're solving for x, right? Okay, couple of things, couple of different ways we could actually get started. If I want to stay focused on the x, then I need to remember everything that's not an x needs to move over. So this minus 3, let's push it to the other side, shall I say, right? So when I do that, I still have this lovely fraction. And then when I add 3 to both sides, I get 9. Agreed? Okay. Now let's focus on that fraction. X minus 4 is in the denominator, but it's to a negative exponent. And remember what a negative on the exponent tells you. It tells you that that's in the wrong place, that the parenthesis that it's sitting on is in the wrong place, and we need to move it. So the x minus 4 shouldn't be in the denominator. It should be in the numerator, which means I could literally move the parenthesis of x minus 4 to the numerator. The exponent now becomes positive, and now I have a much nicer equation to solve. So we've actually done something like this before in a previous video. So we're solving for x. The parentheses need to go. We need to get rid of that power. That power is a fraction. So to cancel out this fraction, you multiply by its reciprocal. But since it's a power, we're going to raise this side to a power, and we're going to raise it to 3 over 2 because that's the reciprocal of 2/3. And when you multiply through parentheses, they will cancel. But when you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other side. Remember? Okay. So on the left, it's simply x minus 4. Now on the right, remember, the denominator of this exponent is the root, and the numerator is the power. So I choose to take the square root of 9 first. That would be 3. And then I'll take that 3 and raise it still to the power of 3 because I haven't dealt with that exponent yet. Good? Okay, so what's 3 to the third? Good, 27. You did it without a calculator, right? Okay, so x minus 4 equals 27. And you know as well as I do, you have to add 4 to the other side, and that's exactly what I was writing for because I said 4, 31. Agreed? Okay. Now, as we've done before, go back and check, make sure everything's okay. So when I check this, I have 1 over. X is 31. What's 31 minus 4? 27. It's the negative 2/3 power. You're minusing 3 and it better equal 6. But what's the negative power mean? Yeah, the 27, because that's what it's sitting on, is in the wrong place. So it belongs in the numerator. So I have 27 to the positive 3 minus 3 equals 6. Remember, the 2 is the power, this 3 is the root. So I choose to take the cubed root of 27 first. That's 3. I still have to square it because that 2 I haven't dealt with yet. And what is 3 squared? Good, 9. 9 minus 3 is definitely 6. This answer works. Check. Cool? Lovely. Okay, so here's your opportunity to work this problem before I get to it. So pause the video, see about working this problem out and checking it, and hit play when you're ready. Okay, you must be ready. Here we go. So I'm going to move that 5 over because I'm solving for x, and I need x by itself, right? The negative on the exponent, pardon me, the negative on the parentheses in the exponent tells me that this parenthesis is in the wrong place, so I need to move it. So the x plus 3, that parenthesis does not belong in the denominator, it belongs in the numerator. So I popped it to the top, so to speak, right? Okay. I got to get x by itself, so I got to get rid of the power, the rational exponent of 2/3. So I am going to raise this side to the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. Because when I multiply these, they will cancel each other out. And you know as well as I do, what you do to one side, you do to the other. Did you get this so far? Is your paper saying the same thing? I hope so. So we have x plus 3 remaining on the left and on the right. Remember, the numerator is the power. The denominator is the root. So I choose to take the square root of 4 first because it's easier. And that's 2. But I still have the third power to work with. So what is 2 to the power of 3? Excellent, 8. And this nice little equation is easy to solve. Did you get 5 also? Cool. Did you check it? That's the one thing that sometimes we don't like to do. But, you know, there are a handful of times where it's a necessity. So let's plug it in up here. 1 over. X is 5, yes? 5 plus 3, 8. So I actually have 8 to the negative 2/3 plus 5 better be equal to 9. This 8 has a negative power. What does that tell you? Right, pop it to the top, so to speak. So you can either square the 8 first and then take the cubed root, or take the cubed root of 8 first and then square it. The choice is yours. I always choose to take the root first. 99% of the time it's easier. So cubed root of 8. Good, 2. But then you still have the power of 2 to deal with. And you see this working out already, don't you? So do I. Loving it. Okay, so these actually were not as bad as they looked. So rewind the video, so to speak. Watch it again if you need to. I have some other videos where we deal with like parentheses to a rational exponent. So if you want some more practice with that, go find them. Anyway, hope you had fun. Catch you on the flip side.